You've registered for CallRail and you've set up your phone numbers, but now you're probably thinking, okay, how do I use them? How do I get my tracking numbers into my campaign? Those are great questions and they're topics we're gonna cover in today's video. Today, I'll take you through the steps involved in setting up CallRail integrations for your PPC campaign, including dynamic number insertion. We'll also touch on important steps you need to take for your call tracking integrations to work effectively. I'm Adam Markfeld, owner of Paracore, a pay-per-click lead generation agency. This is the fourth video of 10 in my ultimate guide using CallRail for your PPC marketing. It's a comprehensive video series for using CallRail, a third-party call tracking system, with your pay-per-click marketing. Once you're done with this series, you'll be a call tracking and CallRail guru. If ever you want to jump to a specific section of the video, we've included timestamps in the description below. You can always watch previous videos as a refresher or skip ahead to other videos if I'm covering a topic you're familiar with. Let's get started. At this point, you've set up your numbers in CallRail. Today, I'm going to show you how to connect those numbers to your website and other platforms you might be using. This process is called integration. Basically, we're going to insert or integrate call tracking into your marketing campaign. If you haven't set up your numbers in CallRail yet, you can click the pause button now and watch video 3 in this series, which covers setting up your phone numbers in CallRail. Video 3 is very thorough, so if you're feeling lost, you won't be after you're done watching it. You can always come back to the video when you're ready. Today's video will be covered in 2 sections. The first will cover the most popular platforms and systems for integration that you need to know because you'll likely use them all the time. This includes dynamic number insertion, WordPress integration, and connecting to your AdWords account. The second section covers additional integrations that you might be using to optimize your marketing. The most basic integration is integrating CallRail into your website. This involves adding your tracking script to your site or landing page, and there are 2 different ways to go about it. The first is using CallRail's WordPress plugin. If you're using WordPress to run your website, you'll integrate CallRail with WordPress by using the CallRail WordPress plugin available under Settings in CallRail. It's super simple to set up. First, go to CallRail Settings, All Integrations, and choose WordPress. Next, download the CallRail WordPress plugin. After you've installed and activated the plugin, you'll need to add your CallRail plugin key to your WordPress site. This connects your CallRail account with your website. To do this, visit the WordPress admin section of your site, click Plugins in the left column and activate the CallRail plugin. Next, click Settings in the left column and then CallRail. Add your WordPress plugin key from CallRail and save your changes. These instructions are available under the CallRail settings if you happen to get lost. Essentially, this allows CallRail to dynamically swap the phone number displayed on your WordPress site with the phone number specifically linked to the source the visitor came from. For example, an AdWords ad. Once you're done with the setup, you can test it out on your WordPress site by going to the Numbers tab in CallRail. From there, click on the number name you're testing, for example, WordPress website, scroll down to the dynamic number insertion section and click the option Always Swap. After you've done this, refresh your WordPress webpage and it should now show the swap tracking number. If it doesn't, you may have skipped a step in the process, so retrace your steps and rewind the video to walk you through it again. Remember, there are timestamps in the description below the video, which may help send you to the right section you'll need, so don't be afraid to use them. The WordPress plugin is by far the easiest way to integrate your CallRail tracking numbers with your site or landing pages. Now, if you're not using WordPress and you're using a platform like Unbounce or other website hosting, you won't be able to use the WordPress plugin. You'll need to use the dynamic number insertion script. Just as we did with the plugin, you'll go to CallRail Settings and All Integrations, but this time you'll choose dynamic number insertion. From that page, you'll copy your code snippet and add the snippet to every single page of your website. Insert the code snippet immediately before the closing body tag on every page of the site. It must be included on every single landing page and every page containing a phone number so the numbers swap correctly. You can install this script on both HTTP and secure pages. Take note not to put it in the head tags as it might not work correctly. With the code snippet in place, your page will load and render a phone number on the page, but your snippet code will look for a swap target, which is the number being replaced on your website. This script sees that swap target and then swaps it with the tracking number that visitors will see. Once installed, it should work like magic. It's that easy. The third integration that's super important is the AdWords integration. This one requires a disclaimer. If you want your call conversions from CallRail and AdWords, your call tracking needs to have a keyword pool. If you haven't already set one up, stop this video, go back to video 3 and watch to learn how to set up your keyword pool. If you do not have a keyword pool, you will not get your conversion metrics because CallRail and AdWords will not be connected to share information the right way. This will help you gauge the performance of your AdWords account. Make sure you set up the keyword pool first if you want the 2 systems to be passing all the data back and forth. As with the first 2, you'll go to Settings and then All Integrations. choose AdWords. Follow the instructions to track phone calls as conversions in Google AdWords. You also have the Google AdWords mobile click-to-call integration option, which allows you to get keywords for calls to your ad extensions. The instructions are fairly straightforward on this one as well. At this point, we covered the 3 most popular integration methods: WordPress, dynamic number insertion, and AdWords. If you're running a traditional AdWords campaign, these 3 integrations will cover most of your needs. However, if you're using other systems, you might want to integrate your call tracking data there as well. I'm just going to briefly touch on these alternate integration options because they're easy to use and they're available under the CallRail settings with additional instructions. So what are these alternative options? Well, for starters, you can integrate using optimization tools like Unbounce and Optimizely. For example, at Paracore, we use Unbounce for all of our landing page development. When you connect Unbounce with CallRail, you can see call data in Unbounce. However, it's worth noting that every time someone calls, a notification is sent to the client. It treats the call as a form submission. This can get super annoying for your clients, so it's just worth mentioning. However, the integration does exist and gives you enhanced data. There are just some nuances with the notifications. Optimizely is another optimization tool you can integrate with your CallRail account. You can also integrate with bid management or PPC automation systems like Kensho or Marin, which are also available under the CallRail settings. Integrating with your bid management system allows you to map calls back to your data in these systems. Send call data to Kensho to automate and optimize your marketing campaigns. With Marin, you can manage and optimize your campaigns by tracking across web and mobile devices. Now, let's talk about Google Analytics, because even if you don't use it often, it's a service you've likely heard of before. When you integrate with Google Analytics, you're able to track your phone calls as goals. You can set up the UTM tags to whatever you want for campaign tracking in the phone number settings. Then, if you want data pulled into AdWords, you can import these goals back into AdWords, which is another method for conversion tracking. The standard AdWords integration with keyword pools is one way to integrate with AdWords, and goal importing is another. If you do the standard integration that we discussed before, you'll always get AdWords data like keywords in CallRail and CallRail conversion tracking in AdWords. However, if you just import goals, you'll just get the conversions in AdWords and won't get the AdWords data in CallRail. You might want to listen to that section a few times because the distinction is important. If you want the most data possible in your campaigns, you'll want to do the standard AdWords integration that requires keyword pools. For those of you that use a CRM, you're more than likely familiar with or using a platform like Salesforce or Pipeline Deals, although there are hundreds to choose from. Integration with these platforms allows you to see phone calls in your CRM, which are basically treated as sales leads if you're running lead generation campaigns. If you're using Salesforce, you can use their sandbox environment to set up the call tracking before you push to your live environment account. With Pipeline Deals, you can display real-time CRM information for your incoming calls and organize your new sales leads. You can also integrate using communication channels like Slack and HipChat, so you're notified every single time a call is generated. If you're tracking leads and want the team to get excited about calls, this might be a good morale booster to run throughout the office. However, if the system you use isn't listed on the integrations page, you can still set up CallRail integrations for your PPC campaign, website, or landing page using Zapier via webhooks. Zapier is a website whose entire purpose is to take information from one system and send that information to others. You can send call, text, or web form data to your application in real time via webhooks. You can build custom integrations for custom applications and reporting system with pre-call, post-call, and call-modified webhooks. Once you get down to it, integrations are much simpler than they sound. So there you have it. That's your overview of setting up CallRail integrations for your PPC campaign. Make sure you check out our next video about CallRail notifications, where we'll cover how to set them up correctly and utilize them wisely. If you enjoyed this video, please click the like button and make sure you click that red subscribe button below the video to receive updates on this series and more. Also, we'd like to hear from you. If you have questions or comments, please post them below, and I'll see you in the next video.